Why don't we actually, you know what? Why don't we just do a little game right now? Reasons I got coronavirus from Arizona. Yo, can you turn my headphones up? No, don't actually do that. I just wanted to sound like a rapper. Welcome to episode 4 of the It's Always Something podcast, produced, of course, by Big Night Media. My name is JD. I hail from the Bay Area. I like key lime pie, coffee with so much cream in it that it's basically just cream. And most importantly, I'm the host of the show. So if you're a subscriber, I love you. If not, I hate you. No, I'm just playing. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe, rate, leave a comment, a review on any of the platforms that you rock with me on: Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Spotify. It's been really dope. A lot of the feedback that's been coming our way. And we actually reached number 35 on the Improv Apple Podcast charts. I don't know what that chart is, but it exists. So
it's a solid chart.
Yeah, fuck yeah on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, fuck yeah. So really excited. That's super dope. And I'm nothing without you guys, without you subscribing and rating. And there's only so much I can do. It's really up to you and your enjoyment in the podcast. I'm always up to that constructive criticism and feedback and what you feel like I should be chopping it. I'm open to everything, so I really appreciate it. No guests today. It's just me and Kyle, who's my partner in crime and is helping produce the show. Just wanted to do some real quick house cleaning. I appreciate, like I said, everyone who has tuned into the last couple episodes with DJ Vice and then Big Jim Murray from 98.5 The Sports Hub. I probably should have put a little bit more respect on DJ Vice's name. For those of you who hit me up like after the fact and were like, dude, he's a big deal. Well, I'll tell you that he's basically like a god in the DJ community for sure. And I should have, just showed him a little bit more, even though I felt like, do you feel like I showed him a lot of love and appreciation for being on, right, Kyle?
I love that. No, great stuff.
So, and like his relationship with DJ AM, I should have gotten a little bit of that, or gone into that, DJing for the Kardashians, or, where he's specifically at in Vegas. I know he's at Tao and Marquee, and I know Tao Group just bought Hakkasan, like the group. So they're going to be all over the place. And then with Big Jim Murray, he doesn't do a lot of podcasts. He doesn't do a lot of like outside shows outside of the Sports Hub show, because their show, Felger and Maz, that Big Jim Murray is on, has been number 1 forever. And when I mean forever, I mean like forever. So he didn't need to be on the show. And he pretty much said yes right away. So it's a testament to him for being on. I really, really appreciated it. And hopefully you enjoyed listening to those first couple episodes. On the charcuterie board today, man, let's go right in. The podcast today is being brought to you by The Plug. Hands down the best way to get rid of a hangover. The Plug is entirely made of plants, flowers, and fruits, and will not only help relieve hangover symptoms, but will also increase your energy levels, detox your liver, boost your immune system, and super hydrate your entire body. 3 ways to take it. 1, before drinking. 2, while drinking. And number 3, up to 1 to 2 hours after your last drink. Good luck with the last one. Let's just go before drinking or while drinking. I had one of these after the wedding I'm about to tell you about, and it pretty much saved my life. It made me come back from death. So I can't confirm, like how Red Bull got in trouble for saying that they give you wings. I can't confirm that this will bring you back from death, but it was pretty close. Right, exactly. Otherwise, because I would have been a useless bag of bones the following day. So you can actually visit The Plug at theplugdrink.com or at theplugdrink on Instagram. Put the code ALWAYSSOMETHING, one word, always something, at checkout, and you'll receive 20% off.
ALWAYSSOMETHING.
Everybody got that?
Everyone got that? I can respell it again if you want. You want me to do it again, JD? Okay.
Yeah, man, your podcast, dude. Go nuts. Your podcast.
Hey, you gave me the mic, man. You literally told me to take this.
So shout out to The Plug Drink. You can see it here if you're watching on YouTube on the charcuterie board. Good people over there. So go ahead and get to that and receive 20% off. Okay? Easy peasy. So listen, I got COVID a few weeks back. It's not funny. I found out when I got back from Arizona, and why don't we actually, you know what? Why don't we just do a little game right now? Reasons I got coronavirus from Arizona. Why don't we just go right in and say clubs are fully back open. Hood rat activity with your friends is back and on the shelves. Number 2, maybe where masks are equivalent to making new friends. You don't need them. Just no need. And then it's Arizona, where the word pandemic was only used in a sentence to say pandemic schmandemic. Side note, can everyone in Arizona stop asking if I have cocaine? Every time I go there, every time I'm in the clubs, honestly, I feel like other than asking someone, would you like a drink? I think the number 2 question you ask someone in Arizona when you're out, do you have cocaine? Dead ass serious. It's got to stop. I was asked if I had cocaine like 7 times. Just because I'm near the DJ booth, it doesn't mean shit.
Did you have it?
Good question. Good question. And no, never done it. So it's just, it's so weird. So I such a bummer. So I went to Arizona originally for a wedding. So shout out to my girl, Brooke and Zach. They got married and it was a couple weeks ago. And I'll just explain the timetable. So when I went to Arizona, the Thursday I got there, my buddy Decipher asked, because I was going to be hanging out with his family, he asked if I could get a rapid test. And I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, that doesn't bother me. And so when I got to Arizona, I went, I took a rapid test, came out negative, right? So then the wedding was on Saturday. But, and everything I'm about to say is allegedly. Like, because there's no photos or videos of me being out. But if I was in Arizona, I would think that someone who was out in Arizona would maybe go to the nightclubs, allegedly. So I may or may not have allegedly, because like COVID in Arizona, that one video meme or the one video where that little kid's like, the land of make believe. That's what I thought, going to Arizona nightclubs would be like, allegedly. So other than the wedding, I allegedly went to some clubs in Scottsdale, and I was feeling completely fine. Everything was good to go. Wedding was awesome, which we're about to talk about here in a second. And then on Monday, that following Monday when I got back, I took a red eye and I was really tired. And these trips that coming back from the West Coast have just beaten me up the last handful of times. You're out later, you're not on the East Coast timetable or the time zone, and you're just more tired, right? And so I got my second dose of Pfizer that Monday when I got back. And so I felt, I was feeling good, and then I got my second dose, and then later that night, I was feeling like shit. Like, I was not feeling good. I definitely had a temperature. I had some chills. I had a hard time sleeping, but I had assumed that it was because of my second dose that I was feeling so bad, even though Pfizer was one of the COVID shots that a lot of people weren't complaining was giving them any problems. Anyway, I just thought, based on what my body was doing, I was anticipating that. I had pre-recorded podcasts in the event that the worst case scenario happened and I couldn't come back in, or I got corona, so I wasn't feeling good. And then, I obviously have to follow protocol here at Big Night. And I had to get tested that Wednesday before I could come in and record the following day. And I tested positive. So it was a bummer. And I'm just telling you right now, my friends fucking hate me. Like, already. All of my friends hate me. Ask any of them, are you a friend of JD? And they'll be like, yeah. Do you hate him? Yes. That would be the follow-up. Huh.
I hate you.
Exactly. Those are the kind of people I want around me in my life. And so try texting the group chat that you have corona, you have COVID. Try texting that group and see what happens, because the messages I got back were, yeah, no shit, idiots. You were in the clubs. You were blah, 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 blah. And so it was a landmine. It was rough. It was really rough. I wasn't feeling good that Monday, Tuesday after the dose, but Wednesday and on, I felt completely fine. Luckily, I'm assuming that would be because of the first dose, that some of that helped. I didn't lose my taste or smell or anything like that, so everything was good. I just felt like shit that Monday and Tuesday, but I had to follow the protocol and quarantine and produce a negative test and stuff before I came back here, so all is good. So I feel like I've said enough about COVID. Everything good, Kyle? You feel like I gave a good rundown of that?
Yeah. I think it's just like, I don't know.
Motherfucking Scottsdale, dude. Damn it. God. Like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you in Arizona? It's my fault, but fuck you guys for believing that place is a land of make-believe.
Should have done the cocaine.
I should have done... Exactly. I should have at least done drugs and just really gone all the way in. I'm an idiot. So...
There's always next time.
Great point, Kyle. Thank you so much. So I had a great time at the wedding, and I wanted to just briefly talk about that because people are starting to have weddings again, and... Another problem that I had other than getting COVID when I went to Arizona was the fact that I spent $245, I counted off my statements, in Lyfts and Ubers. Can you believe that? $245 in Ubers and Lyfts. Like,
did it take long to find them?
It took forever to find them.
I thought it was just an East Coast thing, but I guess it's all over the country
because people are getting unemployment.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
And so, like, and they don't have to risk their health. So, like, I understood it, but it was so frustrating being in a big city like Scottsdale and not being able, and then you have to wait 20, 30 minutes, and you don't know if they're going to be an asshole and cancel on the other end.
Well, I heard I got an inside source here saying Uber doesn't pay you for the full trip now.
Right. I have no problem if the money's going to the driver.
No, they only get paid for when you're actually in the car. And that's why nobody's doing Uber. So everyone's going to Lyft kind of thing. That's what I heard. Yeah.
I got you.
So they're not getting paid the full thing.
Then I found out that if you plan the Uber or Lyft, if you plan it, like schedule it, it's cheaper. But I found that out way late.
Yeah, but who's scheduling an Uber? Oh, I'm going to leave here around 8.
Motherfucker, if you're spending $50 to get back from Old Town. Like, it was nuts. And I just love that when you're on vacation and you're spending money, you just take into account that addition doesn't matter. You know, it's like you spend $400 here, $37 here, $497,000 here, $12 here, and then you're like, you know what? I think I've only spent $73. This has been great. This won't hurt my bank statement at all. So I found out the hard way, and it was just not fun. So the trip was great from the wedding. Everything outside the wedding was just, it hurt. It really hurt. Yeah, exactly. And then I came back with, COVID. Yeah, good for me, right? All right, I want to talk about the wedding because a lot of people are getting back into wedding season. What's better, Christmas or wedding season?
Are you asking me?
You calling me?
JD.
I believe the answer is wedding season. So it's wedding season. People are exactly getting back into the swing of things. And so I went to my first wedding, and it was Brooke and Zach's lovely, lovely, lovely wedding with all of our closest friends and some family in the beautiful state of Arizona. Or may I rename it AriRONA? And it was great. So it was a rescheduled date. It was supposed to happen last year. And congrats to Brooke and Zach. The wedding was simple, fun, elegant, checked all the boxes for me. Because when I go to a wedding, because, it's always about the person going. It's never about the people actually getting married. I just like flow, right? Like, I'm a simple, straightforward guy. I like a simple ceremony, someone who's good at officiating. I like cute vows, if some tears are shed. Totally okay with that. It's great. Lets me know that there's some emotion there. I like a well-timed cocktail hour while, or a reception where you're not just waiting 59,000 hours, while the people are taking the pictures and stuff like that. So it was great. Decent food. And I would probably say, obviously, the two glaring things are an open bar. Do not have a wedding if you do not have an open bar. I don't care how how, if you're going to say, well, it costs a lot of money. Yes. If you're going to do it once, be a good fucking person and have an open bar. Okay. PSA over. And then 2, have good music. I'm simple, right? Would you agree? Those are pretty simple, straightforward things. I feel like everyone would agree. Then there are things that I don't care about, which I believe are universal. Number 1, not understanding the climate. So we were in the tail end of it being super hot in Arizona. It was warm, but it was fine. So like if you have a wedding in Atlanta in the summer, you're a piece of shit, right? Like if you don't understand the climate, or if you want to have a wedding in the wintertime and you know it's going to be freezing and people are going to be shivering or sweating balls, like don't have it. Like have some self-awareness there. A lack of rehearsal, because it shows the day of. You ever been to one of those weddings where it's just like you can clearly tell that everyone was just drinking too much the night before? They just didn't care. Like you can just tell the execution, especially if you have like a simple ceremony, if it was good or not. The kind of napkins you have, like all of these small things like are bonuses, things that you have on the table, the napkins, like whatever, like all of those things you notice, as you're kind of scoping out the wedding, you're like, wow, this is really beautiful. Hey, Dolores, look at this napkin. Isn't this a pretty napkin? Right? Like, cause otherwise you're not giving a shit about it. And everybody thinks that you're gonna give a shit about it. You're not. I'm gonna say that with all due respect, and because I said that, I can say whatever I want. If you don't have an open bar, like I originally told you, you're a bad person. Shitty old people music when you're DJing. Like if I ever DJ a wedding, like I already have in the contract, I'm not playing Brick House, Love Shack, Dance to the Music, that joint. Just some.
You like Shout? I mean, that one gets the people going, I think. I think that's just an energy booster.
I'll allow it. I'll allow Shout at the right time. I need to be intoxicated if I hear Shout. Don't let that play too early. And I'm easy to please, bro. So this wedding, it was in Arizona, a beautiful backdrop of the Camelback Mountains. It was just an awesome resort. Awesome people there. I basically went, Kyle, to like my dream wedding. Like my friend Brooke I'll describe like who she is. Okay. Cause she's so simple. And the wedding itself, it was so beautiful outside and no bridesmaids. It was just her sister and then, her husband, Zach, just his best man. That was it. Huh. It was just so peaceful. And I was like, oh, this is different. And if you know Brooke, she's simple. And I'll describe her to you. So during the ceremony, her dude put the ring on the wrong hand. Like I found out later. And so I asked her, I was like, why? And she said, because she wanted it on the other hand. That was it. She just said that. I just want it on the other hand. Okay? That was number 1. That's who Brooke is. And then number 2, she's not changing her name. And then I asked her why. She said, and I quote, I want to make sure I get this right, because it's not my name, or it's because it's my name and I don't feel like changing it. There you go. Easy. Everyone get it now who Brooke is? Didn't want to change her last name. It's her name. She wants to fucking keep it. Okay? Everybody good on that? That's what she wanted to do. And I'm sure if her husband had a problem with that, I'm fully convinced. Brooke is from a part in the Bay Area where she literally could fight anyone and win. Doesn't matter. She could face a lion and beat the lion up. Like they're vicious animals. Grizzly bear. Brooke will murder the grizzly bear. Factual information. Look it up. And so I almost lost my place here. So the cocktail hour, the ceremony was really cute. It was quick. The cocktail hour was open bar. It was outside. It was, they had good little finger foods. They had like a donkey that like had Coronas on the side of it, which I thought was great. And it's awesome. Like, hey, can I pet the donkey? So that all that was happening. And they had a picture of their dogs floating in a cocktail drink, and it was like edible. It was dope, man. Like it was cool. And then we moved to the big room for the reception. Wine was flowing. Food was, grooving, coming out at a great pace. There were no speeches, Kyle. No speeches. Now,
that's the best.
Now, I had found out, unfortunately, Brooke had someone had passed in her family that wasn't able to make. I don't want to get too crazy into those details because that's personal, but she made a speech and it was really beautiful and stuff like that. And I thought it was great. And that was the only speech that was made the entire night, which I like, but at the same time, I was thinking about it a few days after. Like, if I was the best man, would I have wanted to give a speech? Because it's such a, or, you know, if you're a bridesmaid, that's something you look forward to. It's an honor, right? Like, it's an honor to be able to have that. So I hope that they were able to do something maybe at dinner, or, you know what? They could be like, you know what, man? It's what we fucking wanted to do. So move on with your life, you know? Not my wedding. So there were no speeches. It wasn't awkward. And, then, you know, we went to the dance floor. You know, they had their first dances. That was great. Father, daughter, mother, son. Very awesome song selections. And then, so we go to the dance floor, Kyle. And this is, dude, if you've watched my segment called Before I Go, you know how I feel about wedding dancing. Mm-hmm. It's awkward. I don't know what to do with my hands. It's my worst fear because usually the dance floor is for closing. It's closing time, right?
Yeah.
When you go to the dance floor, that's where you've been peeking on people the entire time. Where that's where all the singles go.
I'm above the dance floor usually when I go to the crowd. You know what I mean? Crowd surfing.
100%.
I ride the wave. I don't touch the ground.
Love it. You're levitating.
Yeah.
I love it. Here for that.
I wouldn't really know about the dance floor, but yeah.
It's like my worst fear. My worst fear happened. Someone's aunt was trying to get down with me, right? I'm dead ass serious. So Brooke's husband's aunt was all the way tapped in. And when I mean tapped in, I mean she was tapped in. She came up to me and started like freak dancing with me. And she's cute, you know what I mean? The aunt was cute.
Like, she a MILF?
Cougar-y, man. She was cute. Jesus. And so I'm conflicted. You know, I'm feeling good from the cocktail hour, you know, a little bit of wine. I'm moving, but at the same time, I'm not ready. The engine's not all the way revved up yet. You know, I'm warming up the car. If I'm giving it to you in Boston context, it's winter time. I'm warming up the car. I'm defrosting, right? I'm defrosting my dance moves. And I'll look at the camera here if we can just have the camera here. Let me tell you what kind of man I am on the dance floor. I'm a fucking stallion, okay? I am one of one. I am relentless. Every dream you can think of like, I wish a man would dance like this at a wedding. That's fucking me. I'm that guy. I'm your dream on the dance floor. It's a privilege to be able to square up with me on the dance floor, okay? That's how I feel. I'm one of one. And she came at me like a fucking missile, dude. She came at me like a missile. And so and it was like to We Are Family. Like, we are, and so it's the third song, and I'm like, dude, this is way too soon. Third song in, We Are Family, not the song you want to grind to, okay? This is my worst fear. And so I whisper to the people over next to me, and I'm like, I'm too sober for this. Too sober. And then she overheard it. The aunt overheard me saying that, and she was like, hey, are you making fun of me? And I was like, no, I'm just too sober to just let you, I was a pole at that point. I was like, I can't be a stripper pole to you to We Are Family. We're 3 songs in. Okay, auntie? My worst fear. So, you know, as the night went on, you know, it was great. I eventually moonwalked my way out of that situation, went back to the bar. And then and the second thing I dread most about wedding dancing is the dance circle. A dance circle, I'm almost more scared of a dance circle than I am of snakes. Okay? So we're in the dance circle, and there's a girl next to me, right? And she's from out here, bro, which is crazy. And so she goes, she was drinking a bottle, like a Corona. I'm upset that word is just trending this episode. And so she's drinking a bottle, and she was like, hey, you know, I saw this at a wedding once where you spin the bottle and then whoever it lands on goes in the middle and dances. I was like, oh, that's kind of dope. I'm surprised I've never seen that before. She goes, should I do it? And I was like, you should. Why not? I feel like if we're going to go through this gauntlet of a dance circle, then let's do it. Right? And so she goes like, whatever. And then Kyle, I look over her, and she chugs the beer, and looks at me, and with a dead straight face, she goes, "Fuck it," and goes in the middle, spins the bottle, and it was a vibe. It was a vibe, man.
That turned you on?
It was tight. I love people that do that, like spontaneous and just like super open to fun, because it's all about having fun at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%.
So she did that, and I was like, oh, this is tight, and it was cool.
Auntie get jealous?
What?
Auntie get jealous?
Oh, dude, yeah, because eventually the bottle got to me, and even though it was probably meant for the person next to me, I fucking got in there and did my thing. What did I tell you? Told you I'm one of one. I'm that guy. I'm Dancing Dan. That's me. Whoever Dancing Dan is, I'm that guy. So, it was cool, man. And then at the end, Brooke played "Tell Me When to Go," which is basically like my national anthem and everyone from the Bay Area's national anthem. And she didn't tell anybody that it was going to be the last song because she had a band, which is always tricky. But shout out to this band, because one of the guys knew every word from Pitbull Fireball, and I thought that was really impressive. White guy. I thought it was really, really impressive. So the wedding band was dope. They played "Tell Me When to Go" at the end. It was great. It was fantastic. And so I'll kind of wrap things up here. And because I asked Brooke, the next day, because it's been a process. A lot of people have had to reschedule their weddings, big momentous occasions. And then, obviously your family and stuff. You're concerned about your family and people traveling, and it's dicey, it's people are kind of having to think a little bit more before they go to one of these events. So you're bummed, if someone's scared to come, but you respect it at the end of the day. So I asked her, I said, what advice would you give to people who are still planning their weddings or whatever? And Brooke told me, she just said, keep it simple and be patient. Don't be bummed. Don't be bummed. She had to reschedule all these dates, and she said the people that will want to come and be there will be there. And I was like, word. Right? What are you laughing? Is there something funny there? It was like trying to be fucking heartfelt, and you're like giggling over there. You're like, oh yeah, okay.
Smile, Kyle, baby. That's what I do.
Yeah, man. No. The people that will come and get corona will get corona. Is that what you wanted to say to me?
I mean, I've been trying to get it, and I can't get it.
Gosh, I thought I had it last year too. Because when I went to DJ in New York, I felt all the symptoms. I had to get an inhaler. I was losing my breath when I was on the air. I had to pre-record things because I had all the symptoms except for losing.
Did you ever give blood before that?
No.
Because they test for antibodies. But I feel like I don't know.
Anyway, I didn't have it, clearly, because I just got it from when I got back. So all of you that, are looking forward, shout out to everyone who's looking forward to not only, attending some weddings, but if you are getting married, I'm sure you're thinking, finally this is happening. And it was great. I felt like that was everything from it was awesome, dude. It was just awesome to be around friends again, and all of my friends tested negative, so I was the only asshole, which is of course how it's in proper form here. The timing is great. It's always something. Always. So with that being said, episode 4 all wrapped up. I appreciate it. Please subscribe, rate, comment, all that stuff. It would mean the world. The ratings only can go up if you subscribe and all that stuff via wherever you listen to the podcast on. And I love you so much. You can follow us at It's Always Something with an _ and myself at The Actual JD. This has been episode 4 of the It's Always Something podcast. West Side till I die, man.